All right. So apparently, Warner Brothers having a think, right? This is over on InsiderGaming.com. Warner Brothers games focusing on Batman, Mortal Kombat, and Hogwarts Legacy moving forward. So obviously, everyone that has more than one brain cell out there should be very, very concerned about Warner Brothers because they have ruined everything. They might make money. Like, I think, to be fair, to a large degree, Hogwarts Legacy is probably the only one that is probably the most successful in terms of, like, not having woke stuff. But I'm gonna be honest, like when you go to make, like, say, for example, a white character in Hogwarts Legacy, you can't get, like, super pale skin, right? Which is kind of funny too, because you had all the wokies trying to cancel it, and I think they still had some wokey stuff in it. Again, this is my observation for what I've noticed when I've played, right? So, Mortal Kombat is also a massive one to worry about too. We've seen how absolutely bastardized Mortal Kombat has become under the leadership of Warner Brothers and NetherRealm. And them to essentially refocus on this does concern me, but there is some glimmer of hope that I'd like to suggest, and I've suggested it before. He reckons that, let's start from the top. Last year, the last year plus for Warner Brothers games has been the best for the company. Zaslav admits during the company's last earnings call, November 7th, he said that the games business is substantially underperforming its potential. Gee, I wonder why. This comes after financial disappointments such as Multiverses and Suicide Squad. Justice League lost the studio more than $300 million. Now Warner Brothers Games is going to put more emphasis on its most successful franchises moving forward. This is also a concern because I fucking hate guest characters, right? It is a waste of time, and I do worry that Mortal Kombat is going to be pimped out as some kind of, like, Fortnite-like hybrid, you know, in regards to just filling it with non-MK characters to try and, you know, claw back money. This is why people like, you know, fucking lamb chops, you know, don't offer any actual evidence when they say that, oh, well, guest characters sell more. Really? In a fucking fighting game focused on Mortal Kombat, the thing that we need to sell the most is not Mortal Kombat. I think we're through some of the worst, and it hasn't been pretty. No shit. Said during the call, but we have 4 games that are really powerful and a real constituency that love them. Well, that's changing, and that has been changing for quite a while, because you woke idiots just can't, like, just read the fucking room, bro. It's Mortal Kombat. Not Mortal Whole Room Monitor fucking, you know, oh, we can't have sexy women, you know, but we'll literally have the most graphic, murderous scenes, but a bit of side boob is a touch much. This is how stupid they are. So we're going to focus on those 4 moving forward. Primarily, we're going to go away from trying to launch 10, 12, 15, 20 different games. I think we have a real chance now with focus to have the gaming business be steadier. That's some real fucking coke, man. You know, Microsoft just recently came out and congratulated Donald Trump on his victory. The tide is changing. People have spoken with their wallets, they have spoken with their votes. People are sick and tired of woke communist fucking shit. Stop putting it in video games, stop putting it in TV and stuff, right? This is how the world has been functioning for a very long time, and you deluded clowns out there thinking that you need to have everyone affirm your stupid ass made up agenda, right? Or whatever. I'm sorry, but, like, that's not how the world functions. You do not make the entire world suffer for a minority. Might I add, a minority that wants you to see you extinguished from this planet if you don't agree with them. So, pick one. It doesn't really matter which one you choose. You're going to find the absolutely insane asylum people in each group. If you don't agree with them, well, look at the fallout from the election in America, right? They go mental. You got bitches cutting their hair off over there in solidarity against Trump. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Do you want cheaper groceries, cheaper petrol or gas? Right? Like, you know, you can't. The crap that they're crying about that they think they're going to lose doesn't exist because you haven't had any rights taken away from you. You had the same rights yesterday as you're going to have under his presidency. So just shut up, right? Warner Brothers Games is already working on a definitive edition of Hogwarts Legacy that Insider Gaming exclusively reported on October. A sequel to the game is also in production. So I don't know what this is going to be. I'm assuming that's probably going to be a PS5 Pro edition, perhaps. You know, kind of like an all-in-one to try and resell it. With Mortal Kombat, the company continues to see character additions for the game, with the latest being the upcoming launch of Ghostface. Yeah, nobody asked for this except for 5 fucking weirdos on Twitter. And this right here, this is why I'm worried. They don't focus on an actual Mortal Kombat character. They're not sitting there going, oh yeah, we just added in, you know, Noob Saibot. No. They go straight to the guest character. Because they're pimping out their other franchises and using Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is the... it'll be the only one out of all of these games outside of multiverses, but he didn't mention that, did he? What were the big 4 that he mentioned? DC. Oh, and DC, yeah, I suppose you can kind of... Oh, no, not DC. No, so Game of Thrones is not going to have Ghostface in it. DC, unless they do an Injustice game, which I doubt, there's so much superhero fatigue, nobody gives a fuck anymore, man. Nobody cares. You had your 10 years with, you know, with the MCU, and you fucked it up, right? And in particular, Batman. Yeah, you're not going to have Ghostface and Batman. The only game franchise out of all of these, right, that's going to have stupid-ass characters in there is Mortal Kombat. Right? Now let's talk about positivity. If you want to make... Listen here, Zaslav, because I know you got all the money but no brains. If you want to make money, listen to actual Mortal Kombat fans that don't live and breathe on Twitter. Okay? Here's what you do. Firstly, you announce 2 collections. The first one being the Mortal Kombat Classic Collection, which encompasses all the original arcade ROMs, or games. There'll be ROMs on it. Let's not kid ourselves. They're going to be the ROMs, right? Let's not kid ourselves. They're going to emulate this shit, right? So you announce all the classic games, including Mortal Kombat Gold. And by that entail, you'll also include all the home versions of all the classic Mortal Kombat games, right, in the 2D era. I throw MK4 and Gold in there as well. Also, as bonus games in that collection, we have Mortal Kombat's Sub-Zero Mythologies, or sorry, Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero. We also have Mortal Kombat Special Forces. You think that's too much? Well, they just recently, not too long ago, brought out the Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection, and my god, they put everything, including the kitchen sink, in it. So I don't want to hear shit that you can't do it. It's easily done. Just don't be lazy. The next collection is the Dada collection. Deadly Alliance Deception Armageddon. Deadly Alliance Deception Armageddon. I don't give a shit if you just run these games at 4K. Right? Because they look amazing in 4K if you know the way. Right? You add in there as a bonus game, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, which would also benefit, you know, because these are all 3D games. And both of these collections, you add in multiplayer. Because I tell you what, if Fightcade can do it with just the games, with no changing the game itself at all, but simply adding the option in there that when you essentially are launching essentially like a local co-op mode or something, you have the option to go online, which is exactly what Fightcade does. It takes an offline game and makes it online. Because there's a way, if you can play against each other, you can play online. Right? So I don't want to hear shit that they can't do it. Rollback netcode, the whole works. 2 collections, and you're going to make bank. You're going to make more money than God. But God doesn't need money, so. The last thing you can do, the true thing that you can do, since you were so allergic to the greatness that actually made Mortal Kombat great, is a Mortal Kombat 9 remaster. Simply upscale the in-game movies to a respectable resolution on all platforms. Again, update the netcode with rollback. That's it. Those 3 releases alone will make you more money than you can possibly imagine. But I don't think they'll do it. And if they do it, it'll be amazing. But this needs to be our Marvel vs. Capcom 2 moment for the Mortal Kombat fans. Stop listening to the fucking Only Pros. Stop listening to the idiots on Twitter that just sit there with their stupid ass Stan accounts going, oh, I wonder if Johnny and Kenshi did it today. No, don't listen to those weirdo freaks. You listen to real MK fans that have been supporting and loving the franchise for a very long time, especially. Nobody's going to die because you have sexy women in your game. Okay? Nobody's going to collapse. Don't go censor this shit either. Don't go back and go, oh, you know, we better censor some of those 3D era costumes, you know, because it's, you know, we might upset somebody. No, don't do that. Don't be stupid. You release those 3. A 2D Classic Collection, a Dada Collection, an MK9 Ultimate Remastered, I don't give a fuck what you call it, and you will make more money than anything you could possibly imagine from the Mortal Kombat fanbase. And you can still peddle out your slop with MK1, whatever. But you know what I think they'll probably do? These geniuses at Warner Brothers, they're going to go, you know what we're going to do? We're going to bundle Mortal Kombat 10, mid-fucking game by the way, Mortal Kombat 11, trash, and Mortal Kombat 1 together. Aren't we amazing? Aren't we amazing? We're so fantastic. Oh, yeah. That's what they're probably going to do. Right, that's the level of their genius. You hater and stuff. No. See, the problem with loving so much with something is that you hate seeing it fall apart. And people like myself and Total MK and many other of us out there, right, speak up because we want Mortal Kombat to be great. You sit there and bitch and cry and moan all you want, and you have your fucking slop with MK1. Nobody wants it if you gave them the option to buy MK9 again. Do you want to make money or not? Right? And to be honest, Zaslav, whatever the fuck your name is, Mortal Kombat 1 is dying, bro. Right? It's a joke. It's not getting into the top 3 at Evos anywhere in the world. The player base is smaller on Steam than it is with Mortal Kombat 11. In fact, I think Guilty Gear has a bigger fan base. Pretty sure it does. On Steam. You want to know why? Because other games out there, other fighting games are fun. Right? Not some stupid, grindy slogfest of a shitbag that you think is wonderful because you put woke identity politics in it, which now the world is starting to, thankfully, universally reject. Right? All the gaslighting, all the lies, all the bullshit and misinformation being spread about people or the games themselves was never real and it was never true because you idiots hired activists. And as I said, I said to Smash JT in a comment, I sent him a comment on his live stream the other day. I said, an activist's job is never to succeed. Because they get tons of money, bro. They get tons of funding. What do you think is going to happen? Right? If they are successful in their fight for equality, then they get no more money. That's why activism is a load of shit. Because they never, ever want to be successful. That's why they jump from movies to TV to then gaming or comics or fucking Warhammer figurines. They need to constantly find a new host because activism at its very core is parasitic. They never, ever want to be making sure that they get their objective. They want control and they want money. But we'll see what happens with this. We'll see whether or not Zaslav, right, actually has a brainstem and realizes, you know, maybe we should actually do what Capcom have been doing and been very successful with their collections. And going back to those collections, don't cut them up. Don't be some greedy shit. Don't put out like, oh, we'll do what we did with the arcade collection and we'll put out MK1, 2, and Ultimate. No! No, you just put it all in one bag for the classic stuff, home versions, then you give us the Data collection, and then you give us MK9. Do you want to make money? See you next time.